What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mike here. I'm back, still here. Esco Elite Fitness. I'm here with my lovely co-host, my wife, Jeanine Escobar.
Hello, hello.
Hello, what up, what up? And before we get started, please subscribe and comment. And if you enjoy anything I'm talking about, because I'm raising a lot of awareness here, please spread it to your friends and family. I'm trying to grow this thing. So here we are, 3 weeks after my stroke. 2 weeks ago, I was in the hospital, uncertain about my future. I want to talk about fear because I don't have a lot of fear in life. I don't fear a lot of things in life. But 2 weeks ago, when I had the second episode, I ended up back in the emergency, taken via ambulance from my home. And while I was at the hospital, just laying there, just in disbelief, I couldn't believe this happened to me again, you know. And I had some fear, you guys. I was scared. I was trying not to show fear. I was trying to show my wife fear. I was scared. And I felt bad that she had to see me like that in the hospital bed in the emergency, you know, at my weakest point. I felt defeated. I speak a lot about mindset. What is mindset? Sometimes you got to dig deep and fight. You got to find out what you're made of. And I told myself, here it is. Here's the test. It came from me. Now I got to see what I'm made of. I got to see if I'm battle tested. I got to see if my mind's ready to fight this thing. Can't give in, can't give up, can't feel sorry for myself, can't get depressed. It's going to do absolutely nothing for me. So I had no choice in the matter, but like, all right, Mike, we're going to go for a wild ride. Let's get ready for this one.
Let me ask you something. So you had fear in the hospital. How about now? How about do you let fear creep back into your mind that like at any moment it could happen again?
At first, yes. But fast forward to today, as of today, no, I don't. And let me go back a little bit. So Monday was my first day back at the gym. And you're like asking me, do you think you're ready? I go, I think so, babe. You know, I was a little uncertain. I wanted to get back. But I took my time, cruised through the workout, and felt good. And I told myself, I don't want to live in fear. You know me, I don't live in fear. This was the first time in my life that I did have doubt. I wasn't sure, like, how this was going to play out. But again, my mindset got tested, and I told myself, I got to get back. I don't want to use an excuse. I don't want to maybe I just take another week off because this happened. Nah, I said, I need to get back in there. I need my old self back. I need to get that Frisco Mike, that dog back in me. I got that dog in me, and I need to bring him back out again, that beast. You know, was it easy? No, not at all, because there was a little bit of fear there. When I was working out with you, I was like, I hope I don't fall out.
I know. That's scary because I think a lot of people would have that. It's like a PTSD. I feel like I have a little PTSD. Like I'm always looking at you like, are you okay? Are you good?
Yeah, because you saw me in the hospital. Right before I was almost going to check out, we're talking with the doctor, and I had an episode right in front of you. You witnessed it in front of the doctor.
Yeah.
Where while I was doing this, where like, uh-oh, it's hitting me. I stopped talking, and I could feel my head spinning. Like, oh, shit. And I didn't know. These are just residual effects from the stroke. It's not an actual stroke.
At the time, we didn't know that,
We didn't know that, no.
And that's scary. Like for me, I feel like I have a PTSD.
Yeah, because like, again, you saw me getting wheeled out of the house.
Terrible.
On an ambulance. I couldn't even walk to the gurney. I told the dude, man, I feel drunk, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. He had to hold me up to get to the gurney.
But you could choose to let the fear take over. And then what good is that going to do, though? You're going to sit on the couch and eat bonbons and gain weight. Then now you're contributing to more risk factors for another stroke, because the number one thing you can do in your control, they say, is diet and maintain a healthy body weight and exercise.
Yes.
Those are the two things that are within your control. And they cleared you to go back to working out. So by letting the fear take over, it's like sitting on the couch. That's not going to help you. But I did worry that you would, during the recovery time, that you'd have too much time to sit on the couch and think.
Yeah.
And let the fear kind of like enter in.
Yeah, because I'm an overthinker. And I was still having dizzy spells at home and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, is this ever going to go away? This is the fear of certainty. I've never gone through, so I don't know how long is this going to last. But I just told myself, like, nah, you're going to get through this. You got to think positive. You kept, praising me, like, don't worry, baby, it's going to get better. Everything I read, it goes away in time. And because it's crazy, you guys. 1 minute you're good, you're walking around, and next minute this thing just hits you out of nowhere, like chin checks you, and you're dizzy all of a sudden. Damn, what is this? And you feel so off balance, like your body's just trying to recalibrate itself, your mind. And it was an actual test. But one thing I got to say is going through this recovery and being on the couch, again, I could have felt sorry for myself. I could have justified eating whatever I wanted to. I could have gained weight, but nope, I still tracked macros. I watched it. I watched my sodium. I was more cautious than ever. I made sure I stayed on point because I like having that disciplined lifestyle. I didn't want to fall off on that. I couldn't work out at the gym, so I controlled my eating. I made sure I stayed on that.
Yeah, you definitely did. I can vouch for that. And for the most part, I would say I worried when we were going to come home from the hospital. I'm like, oh no, this is going to be bad. He's going to go down spiral.
Yeah.
I was really worried. I knew the worst of the physical was over, but I was waiting for the mental spiral.
Yeah.
Because in the past, any time there'd been any little thing with your health or whatever, usually is what triggered your spirals a little bit.
Yeah. What she's trying to tell you is basically another thing that I inherited from my mother is I do suffer from mental health, and I could go down a deep, dark hole with it. But I told myself, no, I'm not going to allow that. I checked myself like, nope, I'm not going to let this bring me depressed or start feeling sorry for myself or why me? Why this had to happen to me? No, it was a wake-up call. That's what it was. I got a second chance. Instead, I looked at it as a positive. A close friend of mine, best friend growing up, talked to him a few days later. He said, man, you dodged a bullet. You're talking, you're walking, you're using all your limbs. Other people I've talked to had friends with strokes. One guy's in a sling forever. He has lost use of his left arm. My friend's father he can't smell. My father, who had a stroke at 58, never regained his balance. He lost paralysis. He has paralysis of the face, speech impediment. I have none of that. So I had to look at the positive of it. Like you told me, look, you're walking, you're talking.
Yeah. You got to look at listen, when something bad happens, you always have to look at what positive. I do truly feel that with any negative, bad thing, there's always something positive that you can get from it.
Yes.
So I definitely thought there was obviously positive is you had minimal, side effects from it.
Yes.
There are residual, very minimal. And you did have your first physical therapy appointment.
Yes.
But beyond that, you also now can use your platform to help other people. There's a lot of benefits that can come from it. And like I said,
you call me a beacon of information now.
Yeah.
Beacon of health. I funny is I called myself, I said, I'm going to start calling myself the preacher of health.
Yeah.
And now I can really say the preacher of health because now it's a different kind of health. It's not just aesthetics. I know people look at the physical. Doesn't matter what you look like out here, whether you're obese, whether you're lean, it's what's going on in there. And another thing we learned, which was pretty good information, I guess, to pass on to people is, I can't remember if she said 25% of the population or Americans or what, but 25% of us are walking around genetically born with holes in our heart because they check for that.
Yeah, and so if you have a hole in your heart, it's a much higher risk to have a stroke, like a small stroke, because little clots come out of the hole and they travel up to the brain and you can get a stroke. If you guys are aware, on TMZ, it was on there, Terry Dubrow, which is the doctor on that botched show, he had a stroke.
Yep.
And they determined that it was because he had a hole in his heart.
Yes. And I had also, and different from a stroke, I'm going to get off topic a little bit. Two friends reached out to me and were like, dude, both of them had widowmakers that didn't know it. Well, what widowmakers are is your arteries get clogged. One was 46 years old when a widowmaker hit him. He survived. Another one was literally drag racing on the track, didn't feel good, went home, went to the hotel after, took some medicine, tried to go back the next day, felt awful, finally went to the hospital. You know what, something's not right. Two valves or arteries were plugged. One was 100% plugged, another one 97% plugged. So it was like a blessing in disguise for him that they found that. If you would have waited a little longer, hadn't you not gone to the hospital, you'd be dead. Widowmakers are pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, it says the widowmaker is a massive heart attack. It occurs when the left anterior descending artery is totally or almost completely blocked. The critical blockage in the artery stops, usually a blood clot, stops all the blood flow to the left side of the heart, causing the heart to stop.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He survived. He told me, so don't feel too bad, man. Things come and happen because I was top of my game too. I was working out, feeling healthy. He's a little older than me, but he's always took care of himself, healthy. He didn't know he had that, and it hit him. He survived. So he goes, you're going to be all right, man. You're walking, you're talking. This hit you. Things happen for a reason in life, like you said.
I believe that. I believe this stroke saved your life from another stroke down the road because you were doing everything within your control,
Yes.
but you were resistant to the medication side of
True.
things.
Yes.
And even though time and time again you've been told that the type of high blood pressure you have, genetic predisposed to your blood pressure just running high,
Yes.
is something that needs to be medicated.
Yes.
You had this in your head that you wanted to come off your medication.
I did. That I could somehow beat it. But again, the doctor said, listen, man, I know you're looking for the right answer, the perfect answer, but sometimes family history, genetics, it is what it is. And it's all there. It's all laid out. Listen, you guys, if you want to know what might hit you, what might come your way, look at your mom and dad. And then look at your grandparents. What have they gone through? What's in your family history? Guess what? Father, stroke at 58, almost took him out. He didn't drink or smoke. That's why he's alive. Cousin at 40 years old, stroke, hit her, took her out immediately. She made it to the hospital, ambulance, everything, didn't survive. She drank and smoked. I believe I have an aunt who's had many strokes, and I believe my grandmother succumbed to high blood pressure and led to other health issues. So it's right there. There's the blueprint on my family.
Yeah, I mean,
side.
that's what you have to do. Like, you have to look at your family. And then your mom had colon cancer and diabetes. So
Yes.
you have to be mindful of your A1C.
Yes.
And get your colon checks because
Yep.
it's a window that you have their genes.
Their genes.
You're going to be predisposed to whatever obviously there's lifestyle factors. You're living a different lifestyle than your parents did, me as well.
Yes.
But I'm very mindful of the fact that my dad has colon cancer.
Yep.
My mom had some sort of cancer. I mean, I wish, because she was so not good with her health and figuring it out, she didn't actually die from cancer, but we're pretty certain she had some sort of cancer. We just never got the biopsy to figure out where it originated.
Yeah.
But it could have been in her ovaries, her kidneys, bone cancer, they even said. But
Your grandmother?
ultimately, my mom died of kidney failure from high blood pressure. Those are all things I need to be mindful of. My grandmother died of liver cancer.
And she was how old?
She was 59 years old.
Very young.
So that's very young. So I have to be very careful.
Yeah.
I have to be very mindful stay on my health, do everything within my control, and then do my checks. And listen, it's no guarantee. And people are like, oh, say someone who's healthy gets cancer. Oh, see, and you thought you were so healthy? Yeah. If you keep yourself healthy, you're at least giving yourself a fighting chance if a
Yes.
disease does try to enter in and, fight the body.
Yes. So what she's trying to say is, regardless if you're going to get something, build your army up, build your immunity up, build your body up, build it ready for war. So when something does come your way, your body's ready to fight. And that's what the doctor said. Listen, man, lucky for you, you're not like the rest of these patients in here. You're not overweight. You're not obese. You're not drinking. You're not smoking. Yes, I used to do drugs, but I'm clean now. I haven't done drugs in years. Gave up weed almost 4 months ago. Haven't had a drink in a year. Changed my lifestyle around. That probably all saved me. For whatever reason, I quit all that. Probably stopped me from having a stroke. If I would have kept on that path and drinking still and still smoking weed, a stroke was bound to happen. This one was a warning shot. This one could have been a lot worse. So I stopped just in time for everything. My old habits, my old ways, abusing drugs. I had a pill addiction 4.5 years ago. I OD'd. You saw me OD on other drugs in the past, so I've dodged many bullets, but this was a huge wake-up call. Now I'm here to spread awareness and tell you guys, listen, when it does come your way, you better be ready. You better be physically ready when it does, because it can come out of nowhere. Men, we have this arrogance like nothing's going to come our way, nothing's going to happen, we're bulletproof. Furthest from the truth. You better look at yourself and be honest. How are you eating? How you're treating your body? Are you exercising? Are you hydrated? Getting sleep? If you're drinking, you better cut back. If you're smoking cigarettes, good luck. That's all I got to say.
Are you ready to go into battle?
Yes.
You got to be ready for battle at any time.
Majority, 90+% of people, nope. And if you look at society, if a war was to come on our doorstep, like a physical war, are they ready for battle? Nope. Zero confidence in my Americans. I'm sorry, but this is what I see out there. So you got to be ready for battle, and your body be ready for battle too. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Just want to let you guys know where I'm at. Today was day 5 of the gym. I feel great. Dizzy spells are pretty much gone. Hopefully forever. But your boy's back. I'll see you guys soon.